got a handful of interesting stories to go over today. We'll be taking a look at the latest news with Lana, as well as Roman Reigns breaking Undertaker's streak. Before we get into it, make sure you drop a like below and subscribe with all notifications turned on so you won't miss anything new. Let's start things off with the Lana situation. So everyone knows this story for the most part. Lana being put through the table started literally the week after Miro's AEW debut. Naturally, fans discussed the possibility of Lana being put through the table and Miro's AEW debut having some sort of relation to each other. And it made sense. Miro destroys WWE during his debuting promo, and they respond by throwing his wife through a table on Raw. It seemed like something that they would do. So all that speculation from the fans made sense. But it didn't stop there. Lana was thrown through the table for 9 consecutive weeks, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Lana being put through the table as a punishment and response to Miro was the highly popular fan theory. But then reports came out and said that it wasn't like that at all. That all this was the start of a huge push for Lana. So we had the fans that were viewing all this as a punishment. And then we had the WWE side that claimed this was all part of their mastermind plan to turn her face. But new reports claim that they were probably trying to break Lana down mentally. We know that WWE did make Lana the sole survivor, but even with Lana being the sole survivor, it was still done in a pretty controversial way. Lana didn't do much of anything in the closing moments of the match. She stood on the stairs for several minutes, and the 2 active competitors got counted out, therefore making her the winner. So even the sole survivor win was done very weirdly for Lana. It didn't really give her time to shine in the ring, at least. Fans have also argued the point that Lana's Chronicle episode on the WWE network did more for her babyface turn than being put through the table did. And that's true as well. Lana's Chronicle episode featured Lana breaking down from the constant bullying online, and it made everyone generally feel bad for her. That wasn't the case with WWE's plan. No one really felt bad for Lana going through the table. In fact, it just turned into a big joke among the community, and it really wasn't working out. So looking back at it, what went wrong, and why was it needed to go through the table that many times? Some speculate that it could have been Lana's reaction as well. After being put through the table the first time, maybe they didn't like how she played it off like it was nothing. So WWE must have been thinking, okay, watch this, and then proceeded to let her go through the table 9 more times. It was really weird. There had to have been some other reason behind the entire table situation. But the streak is finally broken. It appears that Lana won't be going through the table anymore, but then again, you never know. Lana is now teaming up with the Raw Women's Champion, and it appears that they're in the hunt for the Women's Tag Team titles. So we'll see how that goes for Lana as well. But now that the table story seems to be over, what did you think about it? Were they really trying to break Lana? So why wasn't Roman Reigns the one to break Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania? Remember that Roman Reigns did pick up a win over Undertaker at WrestleMania, but it was Taker's second loss. Brock Lesnar was obviously the one that broke the streak. So what happened there? Well, the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak was something that went unnoticed just until 2005. That's when WWE and everyone took notice of the stream and used it as a main selling point of WrestleMania. Which superstar was going to step up year after year and try to end the streak? There was a point that WWE's intention was for Undertaker to retire undefeated at WrestleMania, but that didn't happen. Brock Lesnar was chosen as the individual to break the streak. But why? Well, it seems that Vince McMahon's big plan was for Lesnar to break the streak, which will get fans heated with Lesnar. Then send in Roman Reigns to avenge The Undertaker and get that revenge on Brock Lesnar. If you were watching WWE in 2015, then you will know how that went. WWE fans had forgotten all about the streak and really wanted Brock Lesnar to defeat Roman Reigns. A complete 180 of what WWE was expecting their reaction to be. Of course, Roman Reigns would go on to challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania a handful of years later, and actually picked up the win over The Undertaker, handing him his second loss at WrestleMania. That was big, But it would have been even bigger if Roman Reigns was the one who ended the streak in the first place. Undertaker wanted the streak to establish a new star. Brock Lesnar was already well established and didn't need that win. And look at how everything turned out. The guy that you gave the streak to isn't even with the company anymore. So that's unfortunate as well. Undertaker has done a few interviews this past week in where he revealed that would have gone with Roman Reigns to break the streak instead of Brock Lesnar, which would have been amazing, especially for his character right now. He's the head of the table, the tribal chief, and he ended the Undertaker streak. It would have been huge for Roman, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. The Undertaker had this to say during a recent appearance on CBS Sports. If I was going to get beat by someone, Brock was a guy who had the credentials, I think, to do it. And people would have been like, okay, that's Brock Lesnar. That was my biggest deal. I just wanted to make sure that's really what Vince had wanted to do. I didn't feel like Brock needed it. Brock was already a huge star, and it wasn't going to help him one way or another. My only concern was there might have been someone down the line that could have benefited from it more, and that probably would have been Roman later on. Undertaker is obviously 100% right. Brock Lesnar was Brock Lesnar. Even in 2014, he was already beyond well established as a beast, as this monster, an unstoppable force. Brock didn't need this streak at all. It would have been huge for an upcoming star to really place his name in the history books and end Undertaker's streak. That new and upcoming star could have been Roman Reigns. 2014 was barely Roman's second full year on the main roster, so he was still brand new, and that could have pushed him to unbelievable levels right from the jump. Roman Reigns was still a focal point in the Undertaker streak being broken, like we discussed before. Lesnar got that win over the Undertaker, just so that fans could really get behind Roman Reigns to put an end to the man that ended Undertaker's streak. So you can say Roman was still involved with the outcome and direction of Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. But like Taker said, it would have been better to just give him that streak win. It's hard to say why WWE didn't want to go with that. Maybe it's because they felt like Roman Reigns ending the streak in that point of his career would have got him unbelievable heat from the fans, and he would have never been able to recover as a top babyface if he was the man that ended Undertaker's streak. That sort of makes sense. WWE's plan at the time was to make Roman Reigns a top face, so him beating Brock made more sense than beating Undertaker. If WWE was trying to establish Roman Reigns as a top heel back in 2014, then probably they would have gone with him to beat the streak. But what are your thoughts on today's wrestling news? Do you think WWE was trying to break Lana? Do you think Roman should have ended the streak as well? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.